Good morning to all. I feel so happy to welcome our resource person, Mr. Selva Kumar Kamaraj, a technology architect, Infosys. He is a BTech and MTech graduate from Anna University and BITS Pilani. He has got wide experience in IT field. So I welcome you, sir. Mr. Selva Kumar Kamaraj, sir, we welcome you on behalf of the college. Then I welcome our principal as well as HOD for taking steps to conduct such a webinar, which would be useful for the students of this college. I welcome our fellow faculties. I welcome our stars of our college, the students of our college, who always actively participate in every events that we conduct, and they are so keen to gain knowledge. So I welcome one and all, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am, for the introduction and for the invite. Thank you to all the HOD faculties and you, ma'am. Thank you. So today we are going to discuss about the e-commerce and the operating system. So the first session will take the e-commerce, then we'll move to the operating system. Before going to the e-commerce, let's look the history how the e-commerce evolved. Actually, you think about the ancient, right? Actually, how the trading is the first happened. So the people will give the goods and will they get the exchange the goods, right? For example, they will give the rice and will get the salt, right? So this has happened in ancient. Even my childhood, it's happened. We'll give the rice and the people will give the salt and like chili, many things they exchanged. So then, how the marketing is started? They arrange the market in a particular place. People will go in the particular day and will get the goods, right? And also, then after that, the daily market also happened. Um, there is many places they have the permanent market also. Like for if you see the Madurai, right, and Tamil Nadu, they call it this a non-sleeping city. So I the trading is happened 24 by 7, even the ancient days. So the marketing is not the new, right? Then how is changed? They came to our home and they deliver the goods. Will in the street people will come. The salesperson will come to our village or city and will we can buy the goods from them. Then how it's changed? They started the shopping in each village and city, so we can go on any time and we can buy the goods from the shop owner, right? So this is evolution. So after the computers started, it means after the computer started, the first online shopping was invented by Michael Aldrich in 1979. So this I'm starting from the presentation. You can see the presentation to understand. So the online shopping is what he's tried, right? He's used his domestic telephone line to use the computer to do a real-time multi-user transaction. So that is how he's initiated the first online transaction. Then actually this is 1980. They have used only for the business to business purpose. So that time the internet and all is not opened. They use the telephonic line with the old computer to do the transaction. Then in the 1991, we know that the internet opened to the public. So before that, it was under research and used only under the business or government organization. So in the 1991, we means we got the public internet. So the first online shopping experience, right? So first online shopping website is developed by the Charles M. Stack in 92. So this he used for the Bookstocks Unlimited. So he's given this site name as a Bookstocks Unlimited. So then that is moved to bookstart.com. Even this currently the bookstart.com is available. So it's one of the most people will see the online books. So this is 1994. This they moved to the bookstart.com. So today, right, the Amazon is one of the leading e-commerce vendor. He's launched these applications in 1995. So also the same time the eBay also came into the e-commerce vendor. So in 2000 there's a Walmart is a global vendor will doing the shopping in the online. So in 2017 this Flipkart is we call it Indian provider. So he started in the Flipkart in the 2017. So nowadays the Google Pay, Paytm, and even many vendors is providing the payment services and also the e-commerce applications. There are different kind of e-commerce applications. So this is a history. We started from the ancient if you do exchange the goods, and now we came to the online marketing. So this we history need to understand how the evolutions happened. So in the e-commerce there is a different kind of if you see the e-commerce there is different kind of categories there. So first we'll define what is the e-commerce. E-commerce is an activity of electronically buying or selling the products in the online service or over the internet. So it's a simple definition, right? Whatever buying through the electronic devices, we call it as a e-commerce. Okay, or whatever do the transaction through the electronic devices, we can call it as a e-commerce. So the different type is business to business, business to the consumer, and the consumer to business, and the consumer to business. So this is the main category. This is a recent category due to the government and the business moved entirely to the online modes. So we'll discuss about each things in detail. First, this is a normal from ancient. This is a normal, right? The business to consumer. So we'll have the business owner, people doing the shop market or the who are the owner selling is a business organization. Okay. So we'll get it the customer will get the goods from the business owner. So the business supplies to the customer. The customer's orders and they will means the customers will order the websites, so the business organization will supply to the customer. So this is a business to consumer. So the order processing will processed in the backend through the system. For example, I worked in the Sony, so we are seeing the lot of the DVD, CD, and all, right. So if you place or even the laptop you are purchasing order, right, we process those order. So how they will do, right, they will actually the computer is not manufactured in one place. Say the keyboard will be manufactured in different place, and the means the monitor will be manufactured in one place. Laptop means the different laptop, the parts will be manufactured in different place, and there will be organized in the some place, and they will move to the warehouse. From the warehouse means say it will like 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer. There's a lot of tracks will be there. They will arrange the things, and the order will be automatically processed. They will have the conveyor belt and all. So once the order comes, everything will be automated. That's we call as supply chain. So this is called the order processing. Once the customer place the order into the website, so everything will be automated. No one will do. So once the order they trigger the order, so automatically the system, right, will suggest where you need to pick the order from the warehouse. From the warehouse, they will pick the order and put in the conveyor. So that's only the manual process, and the conveyor automatically deliver to the particular assigned truck in for the shipping. So from the shipping, they will deliver to the customers. So everything is automated. So this is a business to consumer in the real time mode. So here what is we can tell us is a retail part of e-commerce of in the internet. It is when business sells a product and service information directly to the consumer, right? So we can place the order in the website, and they will process the order and will deliver to us. So this is our normal regularly happen. So Amazon, Flipkart. So these are the main things we use regularly, right? So what we call this model is business to consumer. Then we'll call, there is, if you have any doubt or clarification, please note, we'll address later, or you can ping in the chat. I will once the session end, I will clarify it. So business to business, when the say how this online, you are directly applying, place the order and you are getting the goods. But how the retailer, for example, you have the retailer or distribution shop in your nearby city or village. So how they will get the goods if they want some means the group of goods, then how they will get the goods? So they cannot go and order in the Amazon, right? So what they have the deal with the business people. Say if we have Sony, so the local Sony retailer or distributor shop will have that link to that the Sony vendor. They have the separate website to place the business transaction. So if they want the 100 laptop or the thousands some phone, then what they will do? They will place the order in the business website. They will deliver as to the retailer and the distributor. So this is we call this business to business. It is when the business sells a goods or service to another business. Since they will want to the group means the list of the goods they're getting through the directly to the business. So then after that they will selling to the customer. So that is we can call it a business to consumer. Okay. So whatever happened, the dealing happened between the business and the retailer or the shopping, we can call it as a business to business. Okay. So the next category is the consumer to business. Consumer to business is see, consumer, we are the customer. From the customer we can the business owner will collect the goods from the or the service from the customer. For example, if you are selling say a lot of IT company now, they are doing the startup, right? So what they will do, they will means develop some product and they will place in the online market for the bidding. Okay, so who are giving the highest price, the person will sell the product to the company. For example, you can even develop, you can see there are a lot of calendars in the browser, right? Different type of calendar or a different widget. There is a lot of picture and icon. The nowadays the digital the background, right? Even if we got the invite, a digital banner. So you can develop such kind of the background under the digital banner and you can sell in the market. So that is, you can say you are developing a digital background with some template. You want to tell, you can place, there is a lot of websites is there, you can design your own template and you can sell to the other people or even to the business. So they will take and will give the, you can get the amount for that. That is, you are developing individually and selling to the business organization. Okay. This is, we call this a consumer to business. So here the okay, I think is clear. So in the digital market, this is a live example for the current now. Consumer to consumer is, actually we have the you can see the Ola, right? Ola, and there is a different app like house rental, and there is nobrokers.com. That's for selling and buying the means lands, house, or renting the house. So these are all right. You have the advertisement website. You can place the requirement, and the customers will also search for the requirement, and will they will exchange the product directly or the service directly. Even if you see the matrimony sites, it also is a consumer to consumer. Means you are placing the requirements. The person will search for the requirements and they will get the phone numbers, or they will discuss directly and will finish the service. So all the things, the advertisements, all the advertisement will come into the customer to or consumer to consumer category. So here there is no company involved. The company only they maintain the websites, but he is not involved in the trading. Only you are paying for the advertisement. Okay, mostly the Ola car or many electronics devices, right? Means electronic goods we can sell through the Ola and other thing. So sorry, OLX, not Ola. So this is a consumer to consumer model. So we can sell the goods through the third party website to the another customers. So this we call it as a consumer to consumer model. So this is the main four model we need to understand in the e-commerce category. But the other thing is the business to government. We classified recently. This is the business to government. So business to government means say they people government provides some services. For example, Aadhaar card, on and other services, and even the ration now they modified to the digitalized, right? So they're providing services, but there is some business organization will take care of providing the services. There is a lot of e-service center is available in the Tamil Nadu throughout the city. So all the e-service center we can call it as one business organization, but they're dealing with the government to providing they are authorized. The thing is they are authorized person to dealing with the government service. Okay, so that's if you see go and see authorized e-service center means it is a government approved center. They will use the government website and services to provide the service to the people or the customer, but in term they are also doing the business. Okay, so that is we can call it as the business to government. So if you see the websites are used by the governments to trade and exchange the information with the various business organizations. The government, the websites are aggregated by or approved by the government agency. Okay. And there is a government to business also is there. So how say for example the government will place the tender, right? Tender or this for example road tender or for example say new website developments tender, many things will happen, right? So the government, right, is approach this business organization. They will look for some business people to handle the tender. So the website, right, they will what they will put, they will place the orders in the website. So who are giving the less price, right? Here is the opposite. So when the customer if you sell the, we will expect the more price, but the government will seek the less price, also good services. They will have the rules, set of rules. They follow the rules and they select the tender. So this is a government. They'll connect, will place the orders or the requirements in the website. The business organization will bid the tender. Then the government will decide who want to finalize. So there is the government to citizen. So government to citizen means, so we are if not only the e-service is one of the place we can go and do the service, but if you have the computer and laptop, right, you can directly acquire the service. You can directly update your Aadhaar, means if you want to change the birth date or you want to change the address, you can directly go and do the changes. So this is we call it the government to citizen. So means the government provides some services to the citizen. Like recently in the corona we got the e-pass, right? To corona we need the e-pass. So now we are changing to the online education. Even the session we are doing it online. So this is means if the government there is a lot of schools, the government college, right, they are providing means they are delivering the lecture through the TV and also in the online they are publishing in the YouTube channel. So this is we call this the government citizen, means government providing the services to the citizen, okay, through the online mode. So this, even if you see that, right, if you want to do the vehicle registration or driving license or even the birth or marriage certificates if you want, you can go to the government website, you can apply it, they will verify and will provide the certificate. So that is we call this a government to citizen model. So only you need to understand the different type of category and how the e-commerce is working around. Okay. So what is the feature, right? The cloud of this in the recent days, all the e-commerce is moving to the cloud platform. What is the cloud means? We can store the information in the some remote location. So they will take care the maintain and means secure the data. Okay, so backup and other things. So the infrastructure, everything they will take care. Only you can deal with the service. So so in the future what will happen, right? There is a lot of blockchain and Bitcoin is coming. So blockchain is one of the upcoming technologies. We can instead of the coin, right, means instead of the it is, we can Bitcoin, blockchain is a technology, means it's like we can, it's a public ledger, we can call it a open ledger. So Bitcoin is it's, we can call it as a electronic coin. Okay, so in features the paper the currency will, we can remove it if you implement the Bitcoin, but it's currently stopped in the Indian government to do the trading through the Bitcoin. But in many countries they are doing the um, trading through the Bitcoin. This is a, Bitcoin is a electronic money. So in the future it will go like this, do with the electronic money, no paper money feature. So it may happen, but this is still under research since the technology is not fully finalized. The cloud, the best is you can pay the resources you need to using. Okay, so if you see, right, there is a Deepavali and Pongal time, we will see the placing of the order is very huge. So how they will maintain, how they are having that much system on the time? No. So all is because of the cloud e-commerce. So if the Amazon is, right, you are placing the order in the New Year or Pongal or Deepavali, so they will allocate the number of system in the cloud environment based on the people, how much people they are liking. They will dynamically allocate the system and will they deploy the application. So once the means the festival is over, they will remove all the system and will maintain only the normal order. So that is, the cloud is very much important for the cloud e-commerce. If you want to research or go for the study, the cloud based e-commerce is the area you need to study. So this is the future will go like this, cloud based e-commerce. Actually we discussed all the things, the electronic funds transfer, supply chain, so online banking. So these are few application you need to understand through the e-commerce. So the advantage of e-commerce, right, we can place the order in 24/7. Okay, so there is a quick delivery. So if you even have the complaints, right, you can address, you can place online complaint, so they will resolve it and they will quickly. Okay, so the disadvantage is there is a there is see the power is the problem, right? The hardware actually, sorry, one thing is setting up the portal, right? For the business side, setting up the portal is very expensive initially, and the second is the customer side. We always depending on the devices and the sites. Okay, and also there is no personal touch with the dealer. So if you go to the saree shop or the dress shopping, right? You will feel that the dress, and you will means you like the dress and you will take. But if you're placing the order in the e-commerce site, right? You don't know what the order. Just you are seeing the picture and you are delivering. Means you are submitting the order. Then after got the delivery, you are disappointed with that dress, right? So this happened is one of the in the e-commerce based trading. The security is another problem. So the security is see a lot of the information is theft. Means even from the Amazon, they hacked the Amazon website and they stolen some customer information. This happened in the past. So even the Amazon is one of the leading, but their system itself hacked. So this happened in the it's still happening, but they're providing a lot of security things now. But still, the security is a main concern in the e-commerce. So sometimes the shipping and delivery, it is will get the damaged product. So and we'll need to return and we'll get the new product. So these few things will disappear. Even if you see some a retailer, right, they're sending the fake products. For example, they given some the stones and all to the customer sometime. Even some actors we got like that, and they were published in the means in the social media. So this happened. Cheating the customers also happened in the e-commerce. So this the topic we can finish the e-commerce. So we'll come to the internet. The next topic is the internet. So what is the internet? It's a computers connected through the public network. We can call it as a internet. So in there's a different in means category in the internet itself. This internet is the main concept, and in the other category we have the intranet and extranet. So internet, if you see the different side, internet is a we'll come to the difference later. Just we'll understand the individual topic. So the internet is like the global. All the network is connected through the a common public network, okay, or the ISP, internet service provider. If you see this is a whole, we can call it as internet. So internet is a particular company or your college or some organization, right? They're having the connected system. We call it as the internet. So what is the extranet means? Say the two organizations want to participate in the business, okay. So now the two organizations will have the virtual connection, VPN, to connect with the system. So we call it as a extranet. Okay. So this is internet. Internet means is the internet, right? Internet, they're using the internet facility. They don't have any separate protocol or something set up. They have so they will using the firewalls and the VPN concepts. VPN means the virtual private network. So it is a set of protocol and the software and facility to provide the encryption and decryption of the data to access the information from the public domain. So that's we can call it as a VPN. Okay. So this is the internet. Only in the internet, only the authorized employees are able to use it. Okay, not the public people cannot enter into the internet facility. We see the firewalls is protected for unauthorized access. Only the particular employee or their company users, they can use the internet. So extranet. Like say today we are doing means many IT people is doing the work from home, right? So but we are connecting to the say if they are working for the American client or UK clients, we are logging from here to the US client company computer and working, but through the internet. Okay, so how it is happening, how they are securing the data? So all is because of the virtual private network. Okay, So even I'm doing work like from the work from home, but we are connecting to the US office computer. This means how I am connecting. So there is two way. I can directly connect to the computer, or I connect to the Infosys computer first. From the Infosys, they will take care all the private net, the security VPN. From Infosys to the client vendor, will connect through the VPN. Okay. So, but the client also, they can directly provide the VPN services to the public. So this we can call it as the extranet. Here the just will to organization is means exchanging the information, that is we call it as the internet. They're providing the services to each other. Yeah, right. So the extranet. Now we'll see the difference. So internet is a public. Okay. So extranet, internet is a private and restricted. Extranet is a private and authorized outside partners. Means two companies is there, means, or even the authorized person, say work from home. I want to work with the Infosys, right? Only the authorized employee can access the Infosys network. So other cannot access. So private and restricted means only within the company. If you cannot access from the outside network, only if you go to the company, then you can access the facility. So that is we call it a intranet. That's information things you need to understand the differentiation. Okay. Next we'll come to the email and the usage. So email, we can tell us the electronic mail. So in the email there's a two you need to understand three protocol. So this is simple mail transfer protocol. It's a standard for sending the emails, okay, across the internet. And this POP3 is one of the protocol used in past. So what is under the IMAP is another protocol. So actually, what's the difference between the POP3 and IMAP, right? So the POP3 wants, say if you see the email, so immediately it will delete from the server and will copy to your local. Okay, but in the IMAP protocol, it's Internet Messaging Access Protocol. Say you are seeing the email in the mobile, and also you are seeing the email from the your laptop or desktop. Then you want to see the email in the both the devices. Then the IMAP is helping for that. So nowadays IMAP is used for the retrieving the emails from the server. Actually, the email how will happen? There is a email vendor, right? For example, Gmail or Yahoo. There is a vendor. They are providing the email services freely. But in the corporate, they have that own domain and they have the services within their employee. But in the public, the email is very familiar. So how they will provide the vendor? They will provide the domain, and you can create a username and password for your own use or the business use. You can use that email for the communications. Okay. Generally, the parts of the email is to address will be that. I think we are all using daily basis. And the CC is the carbon copy. So BC is a blind carbon copy. Actually, if you want to send, means you are sending on mail, but you want to copy to someone, but you don't want to show you are copying to someone, right? So that time you can put the PCC. So the this will not be shown in the receiver mail. Okay. So only the CC you can see. BCC we cannot see in the receiving while receiving the mail. The subject is very important in your mail. So the body, right? The actual message you are typing. The attachment is a you see the paperclip symbol, so you can click browse the files and you can attach in the email and you can send it. So these are the parts of emails you can send. Actually, since nowadays the email is for all type of communication, right? Even the online education or something, or even the corporate is the email is the main things daily all the people will send the communication and all the requirement will send through the email only. Actually, this you can see how how to send in the mail drafting an email. Actually, you can send the mail. I give few tips, right? So actually nowadays the if you see the attach something in the in your message body, so automatically it will tell that you have forgot to attach the attachment, like that it will throw the error. So now but many people will before write will write and will forget to attach the attachment, and also the spell check and all now introduced in the email. So but once the email we send, we cannot recall. But in the corporate account, we have the recall options. We can also save the, we can compose the mail and we can draft it and send later when is required. So while receiving the mail, you can see that we can see the sender, subject, and the date and time in the inbox. Okay, you can see the CC, but we cannot see the BCC. So this is one main important when you are working in a corporate. So if you want to reply, say this person is sending the mail, you want to reply, you can do the reply. The reply to all will go to the all the person in the CC also. So say if you are sending some sensitive or information, you need to think about whether you want to do reply or reply to all. Then forwarding an email, also you can forward the email. Is you can, we are using it daily basis. So deleting. So the one thing is, right, the email is the most transaction used in the internet. Okay, so there is a lot of spam. The emails is coming. So once if you want to block, you can report the spam, or also you can block the sender if you want, or delete. See, if you are getting some emails from unauthorized means unknown sender, so don't open the attachments since it will have the malicious code or the virus. So it will harm your computer or even theft your information from the local computer. The email usage, right, it's actually in the corporate all the work information will communicate through only the email. So we can search and means we can search, say for example I want some data which is sent only before for reference, you can search and take that email. But in the we send the letter and all, it's very difficult to keep all the letters, and getting the search is very difficult. So this will simplify the communication in the digital era, that we can tell. So this is a World Wide Webs. What is called World Wide, say www is a World Wide website. So what is internet we seen, right? Internet means it's like all the things the computer connected through the public network, he call it internet. And we also seen the extranet under the intranet. The World Wide websites means you are whatever you are browsing right through the websites. So all we can call it is the World Wide websites. But is the Telnet, Fnet, FTP, or the internet gaming, or what you are doing the Android apps. So that is not World Wide websites. So World Wide websites, what you are browsing, we can tell it's the World Wide websites. The World Wide websites, say the HTTP protocol is used for transfer the data between the server and the client. So the websites is developed through the HTML language, the hypertext markup language. So the resources, right, each HTML page you are developing, we'll call it as a uniform resource location or uniform resource identifier, or you can even call it as a uniform document identifier. So this is HTML, how the markup language will be there. You can develop the web pages with the, for example, this is HTML. And so the HTML not only means displaying the text, it also displaying the pictures, videos, and also you can do the transaction through the web pages, right? So all these will come under the category of the World Wide websites. How you can access websites through the browser only you can access. The browser is a utility software, will render the HTML text and will display the information to the user. Okay, so this Chrome is the mostly used currently. So IE is initially came, but now is retired. The IE is no more IE now. Okay, so the World Wide Web, what you need to understand is the internet connected set of public web pages accessible through the internet. All the web pages you are seeing is, we can call it the World Wide websites. Okay, the next topic is the mobile computer. So quickly understand what is a mobile computer, right? So what is the computer? Whatever you are doing some operation through the computers, we'll call it as a computing. Okay. So the mobile is, we can call it as some movement, right? We can move something, someone moving, then we can call it as a mobile. So what is this mobile computing is? Before going to discuss about the OS concepts, let's we understand the history, how the evolution of the computer and the history happened. Okay, so this is a first generation computer. We see this will occupy the entire room and to computing a simple mathematical calculation. But now we are all we are doing through a simple mobile. Okay, so this first generation computer, how we evolved. So actually the first computer, right, we developed only for the mathematical related operations. They not having any operating system. So they have the only used the machine languages, means machine languages like binary 0 and 1 only. Okay. So how they will run the application, the mathematics, they will means write the code and feed into the computers, and they will connect it to the hardware. So the hardware will process the calculation and will give the results to the computer. So this is the first type of first generation of the computer. The second generation, right, where the COBOL, Photon and all came. So they used the assembly kind of languages also for in the second generation. So the first operating system was introduced in the 1950s, okay, by the IBM, for the IBM through the General Motors. So General Motors is a company. So IBM machines 701 is the first computer used the operating system. So that is very cost, and they only used for the business organization, government able to use that. So in 1980, the concept of the personal computers means evolved. So the Unix is the first operating system developed in the 1960. Okay. So it is written on the C languages. So after the Unix also, it is only used for the scientific operations. Okay, there what we are doing in Windows, right? This we call it a personal computer. So not able to use for the personal people, not means for personal use we are not able to use the computer. So that is for the personal computer when developed in 1981. The operating system will means created. Okay, so the first operating system is the MS-DOS is created to use in the personal computer. So actually the first Windows created, right? It's 1985 with the graphical user interface. Actually, the MS-DOS is will discuss the detail about the operating system in detail. So the operating system, what is the operating system? It is the operating software which perform all the basic tasks like file management, memory management, and your input output devices, and all the things which will your computer will interact, right? So all will which is handled by the operating system. Now you can see the Android OS in mobile. So it is take care of all the means camera operations, file your browsing, deleting the file, taking the pictures, and saving it. So all will take care by the operating system only. Okay, through the operating system only. So the operating system, say this hardware you have, say we have mobile you have, right? CP means the you have the processor, say, and we have the the memory, and also the input output device like your keyboard or camera or other things is the hardware. So the software is the app you are using. Okay, so in between the operating system, you can see the Android OS version in your mobile, and also there is a lot of Android OS. While buying itself, they will provide the Android OS, familiar OS they will tell to market, right? So this operating system will reside between the software and hardware. So that is we call it the operating system. So what does the operating system will do? It will do the memory management. Okay, so allocates the memory and to your system, your app, and also deallocates the memory, and also the processor management. Say you are opening the app, you can even closing the app, right? And you are stopping the app. So all things the processor will you are means switching the bidding the app. Okay, so all this handled through the process management. So the device management is your input output controller, means you are opening the camera or other things, right? So that time the device management will take care to allocate the device and deallocate the device. Then there's a file management will use your managing your files, means allocating in the structures way. And this it will provide all the security features, and means if any error is happening, you can resolve, means your you can resolve through the some backup or restore devices. Okay, so everything will taken care by the operating system. The Unix is the first actually we will see in the history, right? We will see now in detail. So the 1969 Unix is originally developed, okay, for the IBM. It's the official version. Okay, so the computer, the Unix we call it the operating system. It is called as a kernel. Okay, so the kernel is a computer will support to the multi-user system, multi-user transaction on the first time. So in the Unix there is a different part is there, the kernel shell and command utilities, files and directory. So kernel is the heart of the operating system. It will take care of all the memory and scheduling and the process management we discussed. So shell is like a command prompt, how we are seeing here, right? The command prompt. So similarly, if you log into the Unix or Linux system, we'll have this command prompt, so that will have the shell command. So the commands and the utilities like cp or move. So these are the few commands in the Unix system. So the files and directories in the Unix, right? It is very secured. We'll have the strong implementation of security. They have the group owner and kind of read and write access and executable access in the Unix is implemented. So that is a Unix operating system, very powerful operating system. The security feature is very more in Linux. MS-DOS micro is the first used in the personal computer. So the Microsoft MS-DOS is we can call it the Microsoft Disk Operating System. So what is right? It is the first operating system is a 64 KB memory is enough to hold this operating system to run. So there is versions started with the 1.1 and the latest version is MS 6.22 released in 1994. After that we'll evolved the Windows based operating system. So actually the Windows is using the MS-DOS initially. The basic commands in the MS-DOS, right? These are the commands like we are using daily. The directory means dir to list the files, md, cd, like this. And also we'll we can format the drivers and all. So the MS-DOS is mostly worked on the command based. Only we can operate through the command interface. So then the Windows 95 came into the picture in 1995. So that's we'll call it the Windows 95. So this is a 32-bit with a hybrid operating system. And the Windows, it's include the MS-DOS 7.0 also. Okay. So what is Windows? Actually, the MS-DOS is only through the command prompt. The Windows once they're starting the computer, so everything you can access through the graphical user interface. So that is the main feature of the Windows 95. So all the device managements and so all you can also means all the device managements integrated to the UI. You can do all the network, email, and other things there in the graphical user interface format. So also this is the first time they introduced the icon and all. See if you see right, you say if you stop video, so this kind of the icons. And also if you go to the files, there is a folder menu will be there, and the file means file menu will be there. And also you can see that the if photo means kind of photo image will be there. So all the icon will introduce around the time. And also they are given the user interface like arrow, clicking the arrow, and alt tab, you can use tab and all. You can select the objects and all, right? So all things will introduced in the Windows 95. Also you can track and tap, means you can track one object and place in some other place. So all the things introduced. And also the right mouse button, if you give the right mouse, this is coming right. So this and all introduced during the Windows 95 only. Also the recycle bin, network, neighborhood, and the my computer. If you open the my computer, they will show there a lot of, you can access the entire computers. So these options are introduced during the Windows 95. And also the folders and the documents, right? If you click the new folder, it will create the new folder, and we can change the name. And inside you can create the files or again new folders. So these features are introduced in the Windows 95. Also the introduced the start menu. If you go to the application, means the your computer, there is a start menu will be there. So in that, if you see now they have changed many things, but during the Windows 95 they have the program, document, settings, find, help, this only the few menus in there. Under this they have arranged the category. Programs all will go to the programs under. Documents only we can browse through the documents category. And also we can see the shutdown and other menu, which is introduced in the 95 as the first time. So Windows 98 is the enhanced version of the 95. So this is the first time they introduced the means the Windows 95 does not have the TCP/IP protocol. Okay, but we can additionally install later. And they introduced the first the Internet Explorer in the Windows 98. Okay. Okay, sorry, Windows 95 itself they introduced the Internet Explorer, but it's not in use. Okay, we can additionally install in the Windows 95. But while releasing the 98, the Internet Explorer is inbuilt with the Windows 98. Okay. Also, they supported the file, the FAT32 file system, and also they given the Windows Explorer and the image thumbnail, all the features they introduced in the Windows 98. Also they're given the option to minimize your means application in the taskbar. Say all the all the features introduced in the 90s Windows 98. Then in the Windows 98 itself, there is a second edition they released. So means there is a lot of bugs and the features. They fixed all the bugs and they introduced the Windows in the second edition. So the Windows they updated the Windows to the 5.0. Okay. So the Internet Explorer is officially started from the Windows 98. And now the Internet Explorer is not in use. Actually, it's retired now. The Microsoft is stopped to providing the service for that. So Windows NT is the first version used for the client server model. Means they developed for the client server model. It is a processor independent and multi-processing and multi-user operating system. So the NT is means for the new technology, not network technology. Even when I studied in college, we will have the confusion whether network technology or new technology. It is the new technology. Okay. But later they removed this NT from the 2000. Still Windows Selenium, Windows Millennium, their ME kind of they introduced. After that they stopped to use the NT words. Then they will use the Windows XP and now Windows 2010 like that. Their year based their mode and Windows 7. Now Windows 10 we are using. Okay. So this NT is the first purely 32-bit version of the Windows, but all the previous version is a hybrid of 16-bit and 32 bits. So 64 bits means the 64 bits we can have the processor capacity is more. Okay, so that's these are the reference I took. Yeah, we come to the end of the topic.
I wish to thank Mr. Selva Kumar for his spending valuable time with us, sharing so many concepts related to computers, internet, email, e-commerce related. I think many or every students have got wide knowledge related to it. In fact, we have come to know about more new concepts related to it. So, Selva Kumar sir, thank you for your presence. Thank you so much. We expect future endeavors with you.
Yeah, thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.